Maybe I was just too close to see the truth.
But it was your truth, based on everything you knew, everything he told you.
But I was wrong. Now, how do I live with that? I've been protecting his murderers all these years.
Forgiveness, Granny Mae. You've been drumming it into me since I can remember. My father's philosophy, forgiveness. And I think that it's time you start practicing a little bit of that on yourself.
Well, it's easier when someone else is lesson. Luke?
Yes, ma'am.
I owe you a lot. You and Justice knew what you were looking for. You found it, and you did what had to be done. And I'm very grateful to you for that.
The answer was always in you. We just had to figure out a way to turn that lock and set it free.
Oh, my God. Lord. Who are these monsters? What cold-blooded murderers have I been protecting all these years?
Here you go, my friend.
What's this?
That's an address on Douglas Street. I just drove by there. They've got a big for sale by owner sign out front, in case you haven't found your new home.
Well, thanks, but I gotta tell you, it's like the last thing I'm thinking about.
Well, I wish it weren't. Not that I don't love you, but you can't run for city council if you don't have a permanent address.
Granny Mae, I'm working on it.
Well, just don't procrastinate, just... Oh.
Whoa, here, separate corners, folks.
Excuse me.
How you feeling?
A full night's sleep will be a blessing. You see, it's not doing much for my disposition.
Well, I can't blame you.
You know, look, I hate laying in bed at night, second-guessing every move I made since Bradley died.
Don't do that, Mary Mae. It's not going to do anybody any good, especially you.
I can't help it.
Mrs. Ward?
Hello, Commissioner
Luke?
Dolan.
Commissioner.
Hi. I know you've all been waiting very patiently to hear this, so I'll get right to the point. We finally got the ballistic report back on the bullet that killed Bradley.
Fast?
20 years after the fact.
Yeah. Well, the bullet was in amazingly good condition, probably because it was embedded in that tree so deeply.
Was
Well
it from
preserved.
my father's gun?
No, it wasn't. Jack Russo says it came from a 9mm Luger 08, probably a 4-inch barrel.
Is he positive about that? 9mm Luger 08?
He's absolutely positive. Why?
Nothing. It's just that that's a collector's item. Many of those were brought back from World War II as souvenirs.
Mrs. Ward, do you know if anyone in the family has a weapon of that type?
As I recall, the only other gun we had besides Bradley's .38 was my father's old shotgun. Lord knows where that is now.
This family has never been very high on guns. We just haven't been.
That's why I was so unsettled when Bradley bought a handgun.
No, imagine. Oh, we're doing a computer check, and any Luger is registered here in Port Charles. We'll widen that net if it doesn't show up here.
Well, it's a collector's item. It should be fairly easy to trace.
You can actually determine the specific gun a bullet comes from, can't you?
Yeah, we can. And not just the type of weapon, but the actual weapon itself. You see, every gun leaves its own marks on a bullet, like fingerprints. So it's not going to be very difficult for us to match it up to the gun. That is, of course, if we can find the gun. I'm sorry, that's all I have to tell you. I have to get back to headquarters. I'll be in touch.
Thank you.
I'll see you out.
Thank you very much. You're quiet, Luke. You usually jump right in there when talk turns to ballistics and weapons and bullets.
I was just thinking of a collector I know. I think I'll pay him a visit and see if he can shed any light.
Sir, Mr. Spencer is here for you.
Oh, rats, tell him I
Tell
know
him to come
about
right in.
Have you people ever considered how much easier life would be if you just answered the door yourself?
Spencer, if you've come about that unfortunate dog nonsense, your timing just couldn't be worse, because Ned and I are in the middle
Of nothing. As far as I'm concerned, you said it all. It's all yours.
Personal against your boy, Luke, and I'm really very sorry that his dog had to be put down. But apparently he wasn't only terrorizing my family. He viciously attacked a helpless child.
Save it, Edward. It's over. The Bow Wow is dead. Although, to help Lucky through his grief, I'm going to have to find another French Mastiff, and the more it looks like Foster, the sooner that boy can recover from this terrible trauma. You know, I had no idea how expensive purebreds are.
Of course. You're paying not only for the breeding, but for the temperament, and that's very important.
Very expensive.
Well, perhaps if I could be of any help.
Oh, thank you, Edward. How sporting of you. Make the check out to Lucky. It'll be about 500 clams. That ought to do it. He'll pick it up tomorrow. That's so kind of you. You know, I'm fascinated with your gun collection.
Oh, yes. Amazing, isn't it? I am so proud of this collection.
You know, I didn't even know you had one until my sister decided to borrow one of these twin Lugers to put Damien in a new set of underwear.
Well, if she'd come to me first, I'd have made certain she had one with bullets.
Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful. Oh, the Derringer. Is that mother of pearl?
Mm-hmm. Original handle. You know, you have to be so careful nowadays because the market is glutted with knockoffs.
Yeah. You know, I occasionally run into some very interesting firearms in my line of interest. If you like, I'll keep an eye out for you.
Oh, I am always interested.
Good. And the Lugers. Beautiful. 9mm 08?
With 4-inch barrels.
Where did you get them?
Overseas. I bought them off a Brit who couldn't hold his gin. He swore to me that they belonged to Rommel himself. Now, whether or not that's true, they have a very special place in my heart.
Why is that?
Well, I brought them home from the war. They've been with me ever since. Now, they were the reason that I got started as a gun collector. They're very special weapons.
Yes, I have no doubt of that, Edward.